Hey Brandon, it's just me. So today is Wednesday. It's around 4 o'clock, and I just got my stickers. So you can see that this is all mixed up, and then if I tilt it right, it's blue. You see the back says all these are blue, and so I decided to put my stickers onto this cube because if I put them onto this cube, then these little curves. The stickers will hang over the edge of the curves, and these are sort of rigid stickers, so I don't want them to break. So before I put these on, actually let me show you this. So this is blue, right, and this one's orange, and since the blue one is here, it has a little orange line down the side, and this orange one has a little blue line down the side, so when they go together you put the sides like this, and both of them have a white on top. So the white one here also has a blue and orange, so then you would make it and it'd be like this. And I know it's not super clear, right, but like this is how it'll look generally. But before I do any of that, I have to take off the stickers here because odds are I'm not going to cover these up perfectly, and then there'll be a slight overlap and it'll you won't be able to see, so I gotta take these off. Not too bad. Just a bunch more of those to go. No time lapse this time though, because it was pretty boring last time. So I'm taking off the stickers, and I decided to try and save them on this wax paper, because then if I ever 3D print my own Rubik's Cube, I'll be able to already have stickers. So I was doing that, and I took off the center sticker, and this little square came off, and it turns out you can tension the cube on this cheap cube. Somehow they have that feature. So I decided to loosen it, and then it started falling apart, which makes sense because it means it's super loose, right? If it's normally held this tight and it's like looser, then it's not going to hold together very well. So now I'm going to put it back together in order, just because I'm a silly person, and then because it doesn't matter because I'm just taking off the things. But if I put it back together, then you can feel it's definitely looser, which is really good, but too loose is bad. So I'm going to give it a half churn there, and this is how the Rubik's Cube is going to be better, because I was mentioning how tight it was, and just that little bit makes it so much easier to flick with a finger turn. It's just tink, 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 and that's what you want. That's why it was such a problem before. The corner cutting, which is what it's called, isn't actually a huge deal to me, which is what I was explaining, but just the roughness of the cube and how easy it is to spin, that's actually a pretty big deal, and that's what I meant to say before on my other video. Alright, so now I've taken off all the stickers, and I also took out the center piece, so now I'm going to play with and adjust all of the tension. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just take off all the tension and just put it together, just take it all apart, put it together, and just see what how that turns out. So I think I finally got the cube tensioned right. I was going to show you when it was taken apart, but I forgot. So each of these is actually individual. So there's a center crossy bit, and then they tighten on opposite sides and not all as one thing. It doesn't tighten like this, it tightens one and the other. That's kind of hard to explain without seeing it, so I'm sorry I didn't do that. But so this cube is really I've had it fall apart on me. As you can see, if I do that, it kind of comes out of the socket. But for the looseness I want, that's about as good as I'm gonna get, because I could make it tighter, but then it wouldn't turn very well. Even this is having a problem turning, because it's getting caught up there. But it's as loose as I can get it while it doesn't want to fall apart even when I pull on it. So now I'm just going to pop these guys back in. Hopefully they just stick in real well. And then I'll put these stickers over them, which I'll show you when I start that. Alright, so I'm going to start with the white ones. And also I'll just start with the top base. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is these, the scratchy things, they scratch one way and not the other, right? So I'm going to make it scratch down. So it's going to be this. It's not going to be that, or this, or this, or this. It's going to scratch down. So I'm just going to start with the corner and just work my way around and try and center the pieces as good as I can. And make sure I don't twist it during the process, which shouldn't be that big of a problem. I'm just trying to make sure the stickers are well adhesed. Oh, I already messed up. That's fine. I don't think it's... Ooh, don't want to break that piece. Okay, so the center popped out, but that's fine. Scratches down. Okay. And that's why I have it so many ways of keeping it straight, is because if I do something wrong, like I just did, I can easily go back and see what I did wrong. What's nice is on the edges of these pieces, there's a little bit of color, so I can tell like this is a green and white piece. And so like if I really got lost, you can see there's the white, and then it like color. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I can see what other color it is, which is good. So then I can see, okay, blue is on the down side, so I'm gonna grab the blue one, make sure white's up, and flip it, and then start with this. So I'll see you in a minute when I have that done. Oops, my light is in the way. Alright, Sharp, so I did it. As you can see, this side's white, and now it's colored. White and colored. And same with this side, blue, boom. I don't know if I can display, there it's mixed. I'm trying to get it to display 3 solid colors at a time, but you can see like blue, orange, and then like white. But yeah, so it's solved, and it's pretty crazy looking. It turns decent. I haven't mixed it at all yet, naturally, because I'm too scared to. Actually, just did mixed it some, but that's fine. I just mixed it like that, and so it was easy to fix, like orange and red stripes, so like you just flip them back. Anyway, yeah, so like mixed up, you can see how it looks just weird. Anyway, I think it's cool. I guess I probably have more to say because today's just Wednesday. So next thing now. Hey Brandon, so my cube, I don't know why I didn't videotape it, but I mixed it up, and I solved it. While I was solving it, I like twisted it, whatever, and a corner piece popped off, and so did an edge. So they popped off, and I sat there for like 30 seconds being like, could just pop them like this. I don't think, it was in the middle of like an algorithm, right? So I was like, I don't think I'll be able, I don't know where it's supposed to be. So I just popped it in the orientation I had it. Like, I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to like turn it. Anyway, so I solved it most of the way. Look at that. I solved it most of the way, and one corner was messed up. So I was like, okay, literally the rest of it's fine. One corner's messed up. So I just turned it. I just took it out and turned it. And so I sort of cheated, but it sort of didn't, because it broke halfway through. Oops, it's this way. There we go. So yeah, let's see if I can get all the corners. Blue, blue, red. It's trippy. I'm trying to show. Oh, so I noticed in my last video, there was a delay between my audio and when it happened. So like if I snapped, then the sound of my snap would come before you saw me snap. I don't know why that problem exists, and I hope it was just because I was editing such big quantities of video, because that was like an hour and a half squished down 10 times. So I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm trying to see. Red, white, I'm trying to get both. I don't know how to get them both. I think you should be able to get the sides. No, wait, not with white. There we go. Okay. It's interesting. I think you can see like the diagonals. I guess the two that don't change. Obviously the center doesn't change. But then the edge, there's like an edge on like all of them that like doesn't seem like that. There's 3 of them in a row that just don't change. That looks weird. 3 of them in a row again. Just the 2. And then the opposite of it is just 2. White. Oops. It's a weird combo. I don't like that they don't change. Of course, like, that would make logical sense, even if it was just like random colors, that it would do that. So I solved it! I didn't just drop that. Hey Sharp. So, I just watched your video, and it turns out this cube that I've been working on, and solving and stuff, is the cube you gave me, which is pretty great. So, honestly, if I would have just kept this cube as is, and just kept it around, I probably would have ended up throwing it away. Because I, didn't remember anything. But now, I solved it, and I've been working, and I wrote down all of the different pieces, right, because not all the color combination exists. Like a white, a white and yellow edge piece doesn't exist. So I wrote down all the combinations here from this cube, and then I got this guy, and I said, okay, in its solved state, let's look at the other 2. So, like this piece, for example, it's white and red, but if you look at it the right way, it's orange and white. So then I wrote that down. I wrote an orange and white, and okay, piece. And so far, every piece has a matching piece and no extra. That's what the tape is. I've marked it and said every piece. So let's find the one last corner. This last corner here. So I start, I count, like counterclockwise. But I always make white or yellow on top, since there I solved white face first most of the time. That means yellow's on the opposite. So all the pieces will have a white or a yellow piece on the edge. So this one, let's see. Okay, so it's yellow on top, which is good. And then this other side is orange, and then the other side that's still blue. And that's, I don't want clockwise. So that's yellow, orange, blue. Write that down, and then check over there, and yellow, green, orange, yellow, orange, blue, yellow, blue, red, yellow, red, green. Okay, success. Okay, so then most of the time, I guess I don't really need to do it now. I just put a little piece of tape on that piece, and now every piece has basically I can solve it in another way, because there's 2 solved states, which is really cool. So basically, like, imagine, because there's some solves you can't do. Like if the pieces were randomized, I can actually, on this cube, I can turn the corners. So like this, that's not solvable. I won't, you wouldn't be able to solve this with normal methods. Obviously, if I turn it, then I can do that, but that doesn't count. So like if someone were to make a cube like that, so what they did is they overlaid a mixed cube. They overlaid something like this, where you can unmix it. Overlaid something like this onto the solved state. And so that's why there's 2 solutions. So now I'm going to take off the tape, and I'm going to try and solve it that way. And so that way I won't be able to use the scratchy bits, because I can tell like all the scratches on one surface line up. So that's So I won't be able to do that, which is good because that's more of the challenge. But I need to make sure I'm solving it the right way or the wrong way. I need to mark a piece, so I know that one is the correct, because like there's two pieces that are white and green as an example. So I need to find, okay, not this white and green, this white and green. Okay, that I'm going to use that piece in my solve, and then that'll be good. I don't know if I'm going to show you that. Maybe. It's great. So now, to finish my other point, sorry, your computer got an update thing. Finish my other point. Now that I put the stickers on this cube and I made it better, I loosened the I don't know what it's called. I loosened the screws. That's not what I'm trying to say. I loosened like the tension or the forces pushing it together, so it's not as tight. Anyway, so now it's a better cube. Although it still breaks if you're not careful with it. Not too careful. You don't need to be crazy. Anyway, I'm going to keep this cube probably for the rest of my life now, which is great. So it's a cube you gave me on accident, which I can't believe. I don't know how much you must have been laughing when I was. This is such a bad cube. Why do I have this garbage cube? I don't know. Like, you must have found that so funny. I found it funny when you pointed that out to me. All right. Next thing. I don't know. This is getting pretty long talking about Rubik's cubes.
With Mike and
Oh, hey, Sharp. Didn't see you there. That is a terrible angle. Oh, hey, Sharp. Didn't see you there. So recently, my computer chair here has been sort of tilting to one side, and just today, it's gotten real bad, and now it goes back pretty much much further than you ever want it to. You can see it just sort of sits back. Something's broken in there. I suspect it's too broke to reasonably fix, but I can just use one of our house chairs. So it's actually pretty comfortable. I can still sit in my computer chair when, if I'm leaned forward like this, or if I really want to lean back. Other than that, I have to have the balance. So I'm going to take it apart. Expectation of throwing most of it away, but I might be able to figure out what's wrong and fix it. Man, this video sure is getting long, huh? Well, I think I've found the position of the problem, at least. The chair is fine, but this hinge part is broken. Brandon, teach me how to use a tripod better. This is not a good angle. How do I get good angles? Huh? I guess ground level's probably better, huh? How dizzying for you is that, huh? I'm not cutting that out now, just because I made that comment. Is this better? I suppose it probably is. You're literally just on the floor, and you're pretty warm. You've been recording for that long. Okay, you got battery. All right, I think that's better. I reckon. Yeah. Okay. Look at this. What are the odds? Cannot zoom in or out on this mode. Well, that was my old plan. Okay. Quit falling over. Yep. See that spring? I was hoping I could loosen this bolt that's in the inside so that this is made of two parts. There's the outer metal and there's inner metal. I was hoping to loosen this to have one less thing attaching the outer metal to the inner metal. So then there's just two left, and hopefully then I could break through. It's a mess. Here you go. Why don't you watch? Sharp. That's it. I give up. I'm not gonna be able to take this thing apart. There's one thing though. Let's see if I can get you to see it. See that there? Right up there, there's some words on this thing. And basically, there's like a serial number. It says do not open or heat up, so don't break the piston, right? Which makes sense because it has maybe pressure or something inside of it. And then it has a BIFMA times 5.1 TUVL
DIN 4550 type SKQ A/B-25 class SS3 1208.
And it has a TSR branding. So I'm going to keep the other parts and hopefully I can just order a new mount for my chair. Hopefully that's significantly cheaper. And if it's not, then I just won't buy a new computer chair for a while. I don't know. I think this could be a good reading chair. I just googled that long string of random numbers and letters, and it turns out that only refers to the piston. And maybe it's not called a piston. Hydraulic, whatever it's called. It only refers to that part. The breath goes down. The rest of it is garbage, so I think this chair is garbage now. So I wasn't going to record this, but I decided to clean up my toolbox. And there's all sorts of junk. But somehow I have 4 blue flashlights. I don't know how that happened. Alright, Sharp, it is now Tuesday. And I'm finished editing the video, mostly. I'm sorry the video is 25 minutes long. And the last one was pretty long too. And it is around 1. So this video might not go out until like tomorrow morning, like my last Tuesday video. But, oh well. Alright. Thank you for your Rubik's Cube. I still haven't solved the mixed up version of it. I think I'm going to give up on that. But then I tried solving the normal version of it and I can't do it again. But I think I'll keep working on it. But it's great. Like I can't, it's so cool. The cube you gave me is the one I'm accidentally going to keep forever. Anyway. Alright, chair.